So you have this great idea that you want to start a business. You want to leave your job and you want to do a food truck because you love to cook. Well, hi, my name is Annie Kamai, and this is Akamai Chats. Here we help people to build and grow a business. So I have a ton of ideas for different kinds of food trucks that you could start, but I also have a few tips and some suggestions when you are planning your food truck business, because we don't want you to fail. We want you to succeed. First of all, we have to go through a few business points before we talk about all these different kinds of food trucks that you could have. Number one, you have to decide on what kind of cuisine you want to offer. And that's really what my list is about different kinds of cuisines and concepts for your food truck. Number two, you need a business plan. So that I think you need to spend the most amount of time on in the beginning before you even spend a penny on equipment or developing recipes. Develop your business plan, because the business plan is going to, first of all, help you get some funding if you need it. And secondly, is going to create a roadmap in order for you to build a successful business. So start out with your concept, have a business plan, get your license, your business license, and look into your state's health department for the health department regulations for starting a food business. So you can do all that due diligence while you are creating your business plan. So I'm very excited to share with you the different kinds of food trucks that you could get. Oh, and the other thing is you have to get your food truck. Now, here in Vegas, we have this company called Ibarra's. So like everybody gets their food trucks from Ibarra's. So see if there's something like that in your area. Okay, so let's talk about different kinds of cuisines. I'm super excited. All right, number one, and I really love this idea, gourmet grilled cheese food truck. So you can make all kinds of grilled cheese sandwiches. So the thing is, you don't want to just do sandwiches, but you want to be known for the best grilled cheese. Whether you do like smoked Gouda or different kinds of blue cheese or combinations like a 4-cheese grilled cheese sandwich, you can grill it on a grill. You can put it in like a panini press and add some meats or vegetables or, however you want to do it. Some sauteed onions. Oh, that would be good. So a grilled cheese food truck, that can be like your signature dish. And then you offer some other sides so that you don't alienate other people. Number two, farm to truck. So it's kind of like farm to table, but it's farm to truck. And that is, you focus on supporting small, local, organically grown vegetables and organically grown fruits, whatever farm to table looks like in your area. That's it. It implies like fresh and local and healthy. So people love the farm to table concept. So farm to truck concept would work too. Ethnic fusion cuisine. I love this. I recently went to an Asian and Mexican fusion place, and you think, I guess that could work, but it was actually pretty cool. The food there was really good. There was like Asian inspired tacos, and then they also had sashimi, and they had like the Mexican style spices with it. So whatever kind of, like, if you are like a couple different ethnicities, building a fusion food truck would be kind of cool, and it would be very unique. Breakfast bonanza. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. I can eat breakfast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Eggs, sausage, hash browns, bacon, cheese, of course. Cheese and everything. Cheese is life, okay? I'm just saying. So if you have a breakfast truck, imagine all the where the food trucks all convene. You'd be the only one serving breakfast. So people like me who love breakfast could eat there every day. A dessert truck. This really is in my wheelhouse. I love to bake. I love sweets. I love to cook. And I love making desserts. Desserts are my favorite. So if you had a dessert food truck, you could be unique in that you can follow around. I don't know if they have that in your area, but there is, like in Hawaii on the North Shore, there is an area that they have like all of these food trucks, and they're kind of semi-permanent there. And there's always main dishes and entrees and savory foods. But if you knew where all of the food trucks like to kind of hang out, and you go there and you park your dessert truck. After everybody eats, they can eat dessert at your place. And I can guarantee you, you'd probably be the only one there. Seafood shack on wheels. I am allergic to shrimp and crabs and lobsters and all those kind of crustacean creatures. But again, on the North Shore, there's a food truck called Giovanni's Food Truck. It's a white food truck, and I guess it's pretty well known. And they do I think their specialty is garlic shrimp, and people come from all over the world to eat at Giovanni's shrimp truck. So if you had a seafood truck, that also would be very unique because most people do savory things, burgers, hot dogs, sandwiches, stuff like that. So if you had a seafood truck, I think that would be pretty cool. Health and wellness truck. Everybody's into health and wellness nowadays, aren't they? Or they really should be. And along the lines of farm to table truck, farm to truck. Along those lines, you could do a health and wellness truck. So you can have, all kinds of vegetable dishes. You could have salads. You could have wraps. You could do smoothies and, like wheatgrass drinks. People like to drink wheatgrass. I guess it's very healthy for you. So you can do a health and wellness truck. That would be very unique. Barbecue pit stop. Who doesn't love a good barbecue? Well, I do know some people that don't like barbecue. I guess it's subjective. It kind of depends, right? But if you've got smokers at home and, you can barbecue, you can do that kind of smoking things at your home or in another area, or even if you had your smoker at your truck, that would attract a lot of people. Kind of like a cookie place or the pretzel places in the malls. It attracts people just with the smell. You could do that with your barbecue. International street eats. Now, this is just a whole an umbrella idea for people who maybe specialize, or if they're from another country. You can do Mediterranean, you can do Greek, you can do Italian, you can do a Hawaiian food truck. You could do Chamorro foods, depending on where you are, right? You always have to take a look at your marketplace and see what the market can sustain and can support. If you've got I met this guy on a plane who wanted to open up a kebab place in Hawaii. And him and his wife were super excited. Oh, we didn't find any kebab places. There's lots of opportunity. Hawaiians don't eat kebab. Okay. So that's why there's no kebab places. So you've got to know what's in your area and what kind of food the people in that area eat. It makes sense, right? Okay, so the next idea is tapas or small plates. Now, this is I like the concept, and I was just writing down all of these ideas. I like the concept of a tapas, but when you go to the truck, you get your plates and everything, and you've got to juggle 3 or 4 small plates. I don't know, will that work? But the idea of finger foods and small foods, maybe you can be that truck that people go and they get their main dish over here, and then they get their little small, small plates, poo-poos, appetizer kind of things from there. Noodle bar on wheels. I really like this idea. Obviously, you can tell I like Asian food. So if you had a noodle place, you can do pho, you can do fried noodles, you can do fried saimin. I don't know if you guys, is that? I think that's a Hawaii thing, but you can do a noodle place, especially when the weather gets kind of blustery. It's nice to have soup. You can do oxtail soup. Ooh, oxtail soup on a cold day would be really nice. So yeah, a noodle truck, noodle bar on wheels. All right, let me see what else is in my bag of tricks. Retro diner truck, bring back classic diner foods like milkshakes, French fries, burgers. That's kind of classic, and I think it would be really cute and kitschy if your decor was supporting this idea of a diner. And then, like I was saying, those food trucks that are in the North Shore in Hawaii, they're kind of semi-permanent, and they already have picnic tables around there. So what if you had your own picnic tables that were the decor, the theme was to match your truck? That would be super cute. Boba tea. Boba tea is really popular, and it's in Hawaii, and it is here too in Vegas. But boba tea, the bubble tea, there's these places that make boba, and they're super good. But they've got all kinds of flavors, like milk tea and melon and what have you. But So you've got your entree trucks, and then you've got your poo-poo trucks, the ones that have like appetizers, and then you've got your beverage truck, which is the boba truck, and then you've got your dessert truck. So people can eat like anything from all of these kinds of these concepts. Maybe I should start a food truck park. Anyways, you know, I think this would be a really good idea, especially if it's, like I said, like in your wheelhouse. But I have quite a few friends now that are gluten free. They can't have anything with gluten or they get violently ill. And it's really hard. Like for me, I can't really go to a sushi place because they cannot guarantee me that they can prevent cross contamination. Like they'll make sushi with shrimp on over here, and then they'll make my sushi right afterwards. That's no bueno, because I'm going to end up in the emergency room if they do that. So I have to avoid the sushi places altogether, which I miss out because I like sushi, and sushi doesn't mean raw fish. Okay. That's just another conversation for another time. Sushi does not mean raw fish. Sushi is rice with stuff on top. Okay. All right. And so what was I saying? Gluten free. Yeah. So I was talking about gluten free. My friends and people that I know, my sister is she's got celiac disease, and it's very painful, and it can be, potentially very dangerous for them to have gluten. So what if you do, and like I said, if that's in your wheelhouse, if you are a person that cannot eat gluten, I'm sure you've come up with a ton of recipes for substitutes, or like a replacement for bread that doesn't include gluten. So you could have a gluten-free truck and offer everything that's gluten-free, and you can guarantee that it's gluten-free because you'll have a gluten-free kitchen. That I think would be very helpful and very popular, because even people who don't eat gluten, who do eat gluten, might enjoy some of your gluten-free treats. So I want to end up my video by talking about doing what is in your wheelhouse. So let's say I've always wanted to do a food truck because I like to cook. That is not a good idea. I would work in a restaurant. You need to understand about food service, about food prep, food prep safety, also managing an inventory. We don't want you to go broke just by, following your dream. Your dream has to be well thought out and well planned. And if you cannot handle the capacity for like a lunch rush or something like that, you have to have your systems in place. You have to know exactly what to do first, second, and third, because in cooking and serving food, it's all about the timing of it. So if you want to do a food truck and you don't have experience in food service, I recommend you go get, even if it's a part-time job in food service, so you can get an idea of what you're in for. The second thing is do what you do best. So if you are great at desserts, a dessert truck would be good. It would be a great idea. But if I was to start, like, let's say a barbecue food truck, I don't know how to smoke anything. Like meat. Okay. Let's just be honest. I don't know how to use a smoker, or, I'm not super into barbecue. So that really wouldn't suit my purposes, even though you think that that's a great opportunity. Nobody is filling that niche in that kind of food. It's not a good idea to go after a business just because you think it's a good opportunity, or because you think that you could make a lot of money. You got to be good at it. You got to be passionate about it. And, you have to know what you're doing so that you don't lose a lot of money and end up, filing for bankruptcy and having to go get a job and give up your food truck dream, because that would be tragic and very sad. Okay, so I hope I provided you with a bunch of ideas, kind of to get your ideas flowing for what kind of food truck business you could have. Well, that's all I had to share for today. My name is Annie Kamai, and thank you for coming by to Akamai Chats. I do coaching calls. So if you are looking to start a new business and you don't know where to start, you can click on the link in my description and schedule a coaching call, and we can go from there. So you can email me, and I can email you all the details, or drop a comment in my comments, because nobody ever comments. I'm very lonely. Okay, thanks, guys. We will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.